Hello, my name is Jocelyn Hurtado, and I'm here today to tell you why you should adopt a pet and not shop for it. When looking for a new pet, many people think that they will never be able to find their perfect fit at an animal shelter for the simple reason that it's a shelter dog and they feel like someone left that dog at the shelter for a reason, when in reality there's so many more factors on why people leave their animals at a shelter, such as not being able to properly take care of them, not enough time, financially unstable. It's not, or very rarely, because it's a bad dog. And even if that's the situation where it's a bad dog, there's so many ways to train a dog to be well-mannered and be the house dog you want it to be. This causes most animals at the shelter to be overlooked, causing overfilled shelters, which means more and more dogs are getting put down every day. So to begin with, let me tell you why not to shop for your new furry friend. So at pet stores, they get all or most of their puppies from puppy mills. Although puppy mills doesn't sound as bad, it's a very horrific place. The article Stopping Puppy Mills by the Humane Society, published in the year 2020, described or defined a puppy mill to be an inhumane, high-volume dog breeding facility that churns out puppies for profit, ignoring the needs of the pups and their mothers. Meaning that in these places, an animal's well-being is the least of their concern, and 100% of the time never checked by a vet unless they stop producing puppies and they have to decide whether to discard of them or keep breeding them. The more information and evidence that comes out about puppy mills just intrigues people more to get them shut down, but not enough people have paid attention to this topic for it to actually happen. So I recommend, before buying or going to the pet store to buy a puppy, look into what a puppy mill is and how they get their puppies. Like I said, this topic is something that isn't paid attention to. Some people say, oh, well, they're just animals, thousands of them. But just like any living thing, they have feelings and they should be taken into consideration. Whether you're a fan of animals or not, torturing an animal, even if it's to gain some type of profit, is never acceptable in any situation. The article 11 Facts About Puppy Mills by the organization Do Something, published in the year 2018, was brought out to inform web users about what goes on in a puppy mill. So this article's main purpose was so some people will click on an article and see a whole essay on why puppy mills aren't acceptable or shouldn't be allowed, and they click out of it. This article gave 11 reasons total on why puppy mills should be shut down. One of the reasons would be the article 11 Quick Facts states that mentioned that animals' welfare in a puppy mill is never, like I said, never a priority. So they're not fed like they're supposed to, very underweight, most of the time matted with fleas, in pain, or wounds that they get from being stuck in a cage their whole lives. Another fact mentioned by this article stated that there's about 2.11 million puppies alone being sold in America, while there is 3 million animals killed in the animal shelter every year, because not enough people are adopting. They're choosing to shop because they think a shelter dog cannot be the perfect fit. A puppy mill dog is basically kept in a cage, their whole entire lives. They don't get to run around. They don't get to live a happy dog life. They never ever get love. The only type of love they get is if they're lucky enough to get fed a proper meal and not just scraps that their breeder provides them with. So one reason why people think that shelter dogs aren't a good fit for the home is because they think they're untrained and aggressive dogs. But what they fail to realize is that a shelter is a place just looking for a dog's well-being, meaning that they prepare them to be adopted. So at a shelter, the shelter staff have special trainers who train the dog how to walk on a leash, wait for a treat, have house manners. They unfortunately do not get the chance to properly house train them, but they do try to, some shelters try to peep at train them, making house training a little easier, just because in their heads they know they have a special place to go pee. According to the article, Training Shelter Dogs, Let's Shake on That by the AKC staff, published in the year 2015, stated that training a shelter dog is way easier than training a regular puppy, just because they already have basic training and they already know what to do in some situations, enforcing their well habits. Shelter also works on diminishing aggressive behavior, such as aggressive behavior to children, humans, and also they get this chance to socialize them with other dogs. At the animal shelter, the staff only looks for the animal's well-being, meaning that when you get a dog, it's not going to be traumatized or scared to be touched, because they would have been treated well by humans before. The article, What do animal shelters do by the Pet Place, published in the year 2017, said that adopting a pet is also a great way to avoid being scammed. In some situations, you can be told, situations outside of a shelter, you'll be told that you are receiving a puppy for a set amount of money. When you give that set amount of money, or even half of the money, they'll disappear on you. You won't get the puppy and you won't get the money back. These situations happen when you choose to shop and not adopt for your new pet. Some people confuse getting a puppy from a backyard breeder as adopting a pet. But I'm here to tell you that that's the same thing as shopping for a pet. A backyard breeder very rarely looks for the well-being of that animal, and most of the time, like it's called a backyard breeder, they're kept outside in the cold or in the heat and only used for the production of puppies. And once they profit of those puppies, the cycle repeats until the female dog cannot reproduce, and then is either killed, given away, or left at a shelter to its luck. And please avoid backyard breeders and puppy mills, as they have the same definition, just normally different locations. So puppy mill is a bigger organization than a backyard breeder. As you can see, there is nothing better than adopting a pet from the animal shelter. In conclusion, I hope that after being informed about the inhumane conditions puppy mills and backyard breeders keep their animals in, you think twice before shopping for a pet, and also encourage other people you know or even family members to adopt a pet and not shop for it. When adopting a pet from the animal shelter, you get the benefit that they will be vaccinated, vet checked, microchipped, spayed or neutered, something that you will not get from a puppy mill or a backyard breeder, meaning you can avoid finding out about a health problem in the future that you might not be able to afford or care for, and which is a major benefit, because since puppy mill dogs are kept in very hostile conditions, most of the time they do develop health problems in the future. Finally, always remember, adopt, don't shop.